me guess Diana.
Diana Dzhaketov.
Ooh, I never actually heard the actual pronunciation of
Oh
her
yeah?
name.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
It's Russian spelling, so it's Dzhaketov, but it's
That's so
Dzhaketov.
cool.
Are you dying to jack it off?
That is so clever. Oh my god, I would never have guessed that.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, how do you pronounce your name? Like,
Exactly.
Ta? And I'm like, jack it off. And they're like, you're kidding.
It's hilarious.
I love it.
You're like poisoning my innocent mind. I'm just kidding.
Ah, you're 18 now. We can have conversations like this.
I got out of high school, so.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Those kids.
So, thoughts in the beginning of the episode.
Season 7, episode 3. What was the title? Sissy That Walker? Or was it Shakespeare? Shakespeare. Shakespeare. What?
Shakespeare.
Shake a square.
That sounds like a word roller coaster.
Could be. So they started with Sasha going home, and then they all come back. And that's when there is a clear division that it's old versus new.
Yeah, or old versus young.
Yeah.
And all these, I noticed that the older queens, like, especially Jasmine and Kennedy.
They were very vocal about their disdain for the younger queens.
Yeah.
And I actually thought it was kind of distasteful. Like Tempest said, like, you're not too old to dream, so you're not too young to dream either. So just because these queens are young, like, what exactly did Jasmine say? She said, like, all these young queens looking the same, eating 2 bites, 2 pounds, blah, blah, blah.
What about aesthetic, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
You don't know anything. And it's just like, just because you're older than someone doesn't necessarily mean that you've lived more than someone or experienced more than someone.
Right.
So,
and even if you're older doesn't mean that someone who's young and hungry shouldn't have the same respect. You don't earn respect by your age.
No.
You earn respect by your actions. So I thought it was in poor taste. And then they continued the entire episode
and even
well into
Untucked.
Untucked.
Yeah. And it's just, the issue is just so ridiculous, the whole, older queen versus younger queen, because it really shouldn't matter. In my opinion, the older queen should be thankful for the fact that the younger queens are still carrying the torches on.
Yes,
drag.
that drag is continuing.
Yeah.
So it was a little disheartening starting the episode like that, and I think that actually set up the stage for the disappointment that the episode actually was. Do a Soul Train, old school dance style.
As old people. Ironically, that's hilarious.
I didn't even notice that either. So they were continuing on with the theme that it was old versus young.
I love how Rupaul came in the hover.
I know,
and
that was so cute.
When they were about to start, he just
Sorry, can't start yet. It was cute. They had 15 minutes to do old people makeup.
Yep.
And Max wore some makeup this time. I was impressed. She did really well.
She did really well.
Where did that loaf of bread come from?
Exactly. Exactly.
Where did the loaf of bread come from?
Apparently there's a rumor that she took a bunch of food with her. I don't know, but that's really weird.
Yes.
But
from the break room, yes.
They went well though.
Yeah. Who were your favorites in the mini challenge?
Max was the definite best old lady. Katya or Miss Fame should have won. Because Miss Fame took a big risk by falling.
Oh yeah.
And then Katya was just hilarious with the cigarette and the walker.
Yeah.
I think that if Katya would have won that challenge, then the teams would have been much stronger.
Yeah. I think Max did a great job as team leader.
Oh my god.
She held the team together during the rehearsal.
And even the hardest times.
She got them. She gave she gave the correct roles to the girls.
Yeah.
Unlike Kennedy's team.
Oh, yeah.
That drama, like.
Actually, before we get into that, I wanted to add that I love how they did like a Shakespeare thing.
Yeah.
Because
that's where drag came from, the acronym.
And in the ye old English times, women weren't allowed to perform plays, so men had to portray women. So like it's a perfect, drag herstory type of play.
Yes, I loved it too.
And then
it was very clever, and there was lots of puns. Mm-hmm. And you know how RuPaul loves her good pun.
And then also, like with Kennedy, bad, like, I think that she had, like, that mindset that, like, I'm competing against these people, blah, 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 so she wanted to kind of throw people off with the rules that she gave them, but that's not a good thing to do when you're working as a team,
Exactly. I heard that Ru actually spent, like, 30 minutes yelling at them. That's what Katya wrote about it in her blog, that he was not happy, and they edited it all out.
Yeah. Then Pearl was so funny when she first started. I think that she should have.
I'm a man.
I think she could have. I think she could have taken her Jude Bro voice, and she could have kept it.
Like a chill. Like, I think they read her correctly, saying that she was sleepwalking. I didn't really understand her look this time for the challenge. It didn't really I didn't know what she was trying to portray, and usually she's really good at showcasing what she's trying to portray, and this time I was just like...
Yeah.
The first real breakdown of the season, we had Miss Fame cry a little bit.
Yeah.
When she was revealing that her grandparents were killed, her grandfather was killed. But this was the first, like, oh my god, the competition's really getting to me scene. And we haven't, and with the new format of Untucked, we haven't really had those really hyper dramatic moments. So I was like, I wasn't really expecting it at that time because it kind of came out of nowhere.
And I thought that, like, from the trailers, it was just acting,
This means so much to me.
I just want to give her a hug.
I know, but Max was very nurturing.
Oh my God,
she's definitely gunning for Miss Congeniality with that move.
And also, seeing her in the episode makes me want to if I were stranded or somewhere and I found Max or something, I would definitely go under Max's wing and feel comfortable,
Well, I mean, he's also 6'7", so it's very nurturing.
Very nurturing, almost kind of motherly. Very don't worry, you got this. I'm taking care of you. And
it was actually the first episode that we've actually seen Max's personality.
Exactly.
She hasn't really talked in the Untucks. As she said, she hadn't even sat on the couch on the other Untucks. I didn't even notice that until she brought it to my attention, and I was like, wow, you really haven't even. You've just been a background prop. So it's great to see that she's finally got comfortable with the competition and her personality is shining. So. And
also I like the fact that she's not a mean person either.
Exactly.
She's so sweet.
Especially since this season is kind of shady. They all say shady things. I think that's what they're all going for. And while she's not taking that approach, she's just hanging out, having fun.
And also she also said in the last episode or something, positive energy is positive. And she said something about what's drag if you can't have fun with it.
Exactly.
Exactly. I love Max so much.
She's not one of my favorites, but I love what she's doing. She's really clever. She's bringing out some clever looks. And we'll see. And maybe she'll grow on me. I'm Team Violet. Team Violet, sorry.
The hair,
I mean, all this purple. Oh, you're purple.
All this bondagey looking, whatever.
Yes. Ma'am, don't come for me.
And then we also had right before they went on and did their one-way looks, Ginger Minge, or like again there was like some sort of like old versus young thing,
Yeah.
and then Ginger Minge kind of broke that because I think that she kind of like wanted to move on.
Yeah.
You know, and she said that there's this cancer patient who had a bucket
Oh
list.
wow, I almost cried.
That made tears tears in my
Oh,
eyes.
wow.
Like and it really shows like with her sharing that story that like this drag is really an art form, and it really like inspires people. Like no matter who you are, like you can be part of this community too.
Yeah, even if you're just an audience member,
Exactly.
you're part of the process. You're part of what's driving the artist, and you can be anyone. You can drag. It's just so limitless, and that's why when I see on the show, there's usually one girl every season that doesn't understand someone's drag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't need to understand it. We're just all in this doing our own version of what we see drag as. So it was nice to see that even this cancer patient, it's terminal, she was given a week and she wanted to go see a drag show. Like how heart-wrenching is that? And like how touching.
Yeah.
Like as an artist, as people that are part of the community, it gives credence to what we're doing.
And also like it really brings a sense of community, and it like these queens made her part of their family.
And when they went to the hospice.
Yes.
And gave her one last show. And then I was pissed because I felt like Jasmine tried to take that moment. I felt like it was, this is my moment! I wanted Ginger to say that, like the Ganja did, because I felt like Jasmine was like taking it onto her little chip because she was having such a chip on her shoulder during this episode.
Very insensitive move too.
Yeah. I was like, we just had this touching moment, and then all of a sudden Jasmine's like, I don't even remember what she said, but it definitely took the limelight off of like the fact that they just went to this hospice to see this dying woman and give her one last show.
Yeah.
And she made it about her art again.
That kind of goes on to the actual like looks of the show too. That there's like a bunch of like different like they finally put beards on the runway.
Finally.
Other than Milk.
Matthew has been Rue's makeup artist for what, 24 years, something like
25
that.
something.
And we know he's a bearded queen. He's like the most legendary bearded queen. So it was just a matter of time. Milk brought it to the runway last season. He got mixed feedback, I recall. I mean, he still had a stunning look, and they just didn't think the beard was necessary. So it's great that this time that they made all the queens, because none of them are actually bearded queens, they had to step out of their comfort zone and wear a beard.
Yeah. And
some of them, because Jasmine didn't wear one. Clearly, I am not a fan of Jasmine.
Shade.
Where's that button?
All tea, all shade, all pink lemonade.
I have something to say.
What was your favorite look on the runway?
My favorite look on the runway, I really liked Max's
like fencing.
jousting look. Fencing, yes. And I liked that the Salvador Dali crazy mustaches.
It's very beautiful too. It matches the hair perfectly.
Yeah.
The little like thin eyebrows, very like 1920s.
Yeah.
But like very like.
I think she could have dealt with a little more padding. But that's just, I prefer more of an hour shape. I was really, really into Violet's look. Not just because I'm fangirling over her, but I am. But it was just, it didn't, I couldn't even tell she was wearing a beard. It looked so beautiful to me, like stunning dress, stunning silhouette.
Perfect prom.
Yeah.
And also she kind of reminded me of like one of those like old school like 1950s like freak show bearded lady.
Yeah.
Like,
and she looked like she could headline American Horror Story. Act, you know, last season. She looked like she could have been part of that. And fit in with like the likes of Jessica Lange's beauty, you know. And then, of course, the best look of the night for me was Katya's.
Oh my god, yeah.
Abraham Lincoln.
And
oh my god.
also, like, I have a little history lesson for you.
Yes.
Okay, when Lincoln was, like, shot and stuff, right? He was watching a play.
Yes.
That that clicked in my mind, and it was just kind of like, wait, wasn't his favorite play Hamlet? But it wasn't Hamlet.
Oh, it wasn't?
And, but ironically, his favorite play was a Shakespeare play called Macbeth.
Ah!
Now.
Wait, Macbeth? Call me illiterate, but I've never heard of that.
I can't really blame you either.
Wait, I'm being Pearl.
I can't even blame her for that because it's just like, we're not even learning about that in high school.
Are you not?
We just got to Hamlet. Like.
Okay, so at least they're giving you some Shakespeare. But
yeah.
That's really interesting that Katya chose a look that tied in.
Yeah, and also like ties in with history very well.
Yeah.
I love her political sense of humor.
Oh my god.
And
she killed it. And the banter while she was on the runway, I think that was like the most intelligent puns I've heard all season.
And then
yeah. Amazed. Really.
That's absolutely.
What about did you like any of the other ones?
But also like with Katya, the Abraham Lincoln's favorite play was Macbeth. Pardon my language, but she was part of the Macbitch play.
Right.
Ha! Like that's
Mind
hilarious.
blown.
Mind equals blown, ladies and gentlemen.
Blown.
Whoa, dude.
Wow, Mom.
LOL.
No, that's really cool.
I really liked Miss Fame's look too.
Yeah. Yes.
The beard looked natural.
Her beard looked like it was growing out of her face. Her hair is always right.
Mm-hmm. And so untucked where she was all like.
And she killed me. I almost brought a powder puff to just blot all camera, just like she did during Untucked.
She's such a perfectionist. I love her.
So diva.
Yeah.
I love it. It was just like talking. Mm-hmm. What were you saying? Love it.
And then also Pearl. I loved how she made something like not beard like.
Yeah.
With the.
She showed that she has some creativity.
Yes.
She thought out of the box, like Katya did. They weren't just pretty bearded queens, they were actual characters. I also have to say this, one of my least favorite looks, and this has been repeatedly now, has been Jaden. She has worn epaulettes every episode, every challenge. Twice on the mini challenge in the first episode she wore them. And girl needs to stop wearing a leotard. So I just hope that it's just early and she hasn't found her rhythm yet. But if I see an epaulette next week, if you have shoulder things, I'm going to scream. Scream.
Who do you think was the worst?
Jasmine. Hands down, I think they got it right. I think she actually led me on to believe that her dress was going to be better than it was. She said she was very hyperbolic. Wait, no. She has a lot of hyperbole and said that she was gonna have the best dress from the runway of all drag history. And
it's just like, oh, I'm not.
I mean, she was sequenced down.
I'm not really that impressed again, like.
She said it, not me.
but like,
really.
Or like, really, Violet said something similar.
I know.
But with Jasmine's thing, she played it up to be so like this beautiful thing, and I think it was pretty.
It was pretty.
But there's nothing like, you know.
I think you can see like 15 of those if you go to a drag pageant. So kudos to her.
And then
with the chin strap, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand the styling of the hair. Just all was it was just no.
But
just
not
didn't
only
work.
that, but she had a problem with like the whole like gluing things to your face. Dude, how do you have eyelashes?
How do you cover your beard? How do you cover your eyebrows? You don't use glue. You don't use spirit gum. What are you using?
And exactly.
Gum.
And gum.
I mean, like, how else are you covering up your eyebrows?
Yeah, and also like you're an older queen's more experienced, like, and also not only that, but if you're so scared of gluing things to your face, then you could have at least gotten an angle brush and made strokes.
Yeah.
But
Or even one of those stippling brushes. A lot of drag queens paint on their beards. A lot of drag queens don't actually wear beards, and they make it look beautiful. It looks seamless. It looks flawless. It looks like it's actually growing out of their face. You can see the hairs.
Yeah.
Hers just looked like she put literally just took like some chalk and they got it right with the bottom this week because
they, to be very honest, like, I mean, Kennedy like screwed her whole team over.
They messed up in the main challenge, they messed up on the runway, and then I'm sorry, but I think that was the most boring lip sync I've seen.
Yeah.
All season.
And also,
I mean, it's only the third episode, but like even the first lip sync was better than that. Like, and maybe it was because Jasmine had said she wasn't going to lip sync against her good sister, her Judy, and I think that detracted from the actual show, which I think is rude. Like, you got on the show, like as they said in Untucked, you got on the show, you've tried out for 7 seasons, you finally get on, and then you say you're not going to lip sync.
Oh, exactly.
And you pack your stuff to go home. She packed her stuff already.
And Jasmine Masters went home, and I think that was very like understandable. And
well, she had already packed her bags, so she knew she was going home. It felt very reminiscent of Tammy, when Tammy decided that she wasn't going to lip sync on the stage. At least she didn't do it like Tammy did, where Tammy literally just stood there, did her little cha-cha dance that she does. At least Jasmine did her little up and down things. Her squats. She did her squats on stage. It was cute, I guess. But she went home. And it was actually the first time during Untucked that I wasn't sad while they were leaving. At least they set up a good storyline for the future. I feel like Miss Fame and Kennedy might have more feedback, because Kennedy was like, what did she say to her? She's like, oh, through all your bullshit, that was the first thing that I can agree with. And that, wow, right?
I don't understand why people get so pissed at Miss Fame for like her brand or whatever. I want to be on her list.
I want to be on her list too. Pimp my face, please.
I want her to like pimp my face out and teach. Well, I guess that concludes of our my third recap with my lovely, lovely guest, Diana Dzhaketov.
She's Diana Dzhaketov. You're nasty.
You're
a nasty girl.
You're disgusting.
Okay, Oscar.
Oh my god.
No, I love you. Oh, thanks for having me.
Thanks for having you on my couch. That's weird. Thank you for coming over to my home and sitting up.
Oh, I thought you said to my hole. I was like, ma'am, you're taking us to a nasty place.
You're taking us to a nasty place.
I know my last name's Dzhaketov, but thanks for coming to my hole.
Well, I do have these hobbit feet on, so like my hobbit hole, you know, like that's what they call their homes. So.
Oh, I was like, what?
It could be.
Ma'am, I don't want to know what you named yourself.
I don't think anybody wants to know anything about that.
This is all getting edited out. It's fine. Thanks for having me, and be sure to subscribe. Are we doing that?
To me, I guess, and then check out her stuff. I will put all of her information, you know, her address, her phone number, everything.
Yeah, it's my social security number.
Exactly, right? And the description below, so you are free to steal her.
Steal my identity, please! Because I don't need it. Just
Who
kidding.
does?
Right?
Well, I guess that's all. Love you all.
Bye!
Kapwa and goodbye.